Nigga took a picture with Rick Ross. You like a hoe, nigga. Put your back against the wall and just slide down. You already know, car show going down June 7th. Get online right now, get your tickets right now. But for the hustlers, I want y'all niggas to understand you gotta stop making business personal.
Look at it. He's nothing giving. You've never seen 50 give nobody no flowers, no respect. He just play on people downfall. Diddy, Irv Gotti, Ja Rule. Yeah. Now Big Meech. You've never seen 50 say nothing positive.
G-Unit Film Studio out there in Louisiana where that cheapest land at. You thought you was gonna be able to do it. You thought you was gonna be able to get them loans, and it ain't. What's wrong? What's taking so long? 50, who own your masters? Who own your masters? I buy your masters. You better shut up.
Looks like the drama between 50 Cent and Big Meech just took a wild turn. Big Meech didn't hold back. He straight up roasted 50, claiming he's gone broke because of their beef. And it's not just talk. Rick Ross jumped in and spilled some major tea, saying 50's been struggling to fund his new G-Unit studio. Word is, he can't even secure a loan because his credit's in the gutter. Ross even took it a step further, threatening to snatch up 50's masters if he didn't back off, claiming it's obvious he's hurting for cash. That's bold, but come on, this is 50 Cent we're talking about. You think he's just gonna sit there while Ross and Meech throw shots? No way. 50 clapped back hard, threatening to drop some brutal receipts, real proof of who's actually broke out here. Still, fans started asking the real question. What's actually going on with 50's money? Is he really slipping from his billionaire throne? Or is Rick Ross just talking wild to push his buttons? Now here's the twist. Word on the street is Big Meech, and Rick Ross might actually have the upper hand. Rumors say 50 can't even keep the lights on at his own studio.
Called Tammy Collins, she's privileged to what's called the affidavits in support of the wiretaps.
Okay.
It's like 3 affidavits. In those affidavits, it tells Meech's full role. Now, I wouldn't allow to have them because they played this, I'm this kingpin and I'm this killer, and they life in jeopardy.
Right.
In danger.
Right.
That's why they was able to close the courtroom. We'd have been out at Meech. But they played a cold game. I give it to her. They was playing chess and we was playing checkers.
Okay.
She used the threat of her life and that I was gonna have some hitmen in the federal courtroom to kill her. And they closed the courtroom to me and my shit standing room only. I'm that dude in that city, homie.
Right.
I'm that dude in that city.
Right.
So that's why they ain't been came out. But the affidavits in support of the wiretap, she has them.
Okay, so she can get them for sure.
If she got them.
Okay.
She got them. The only person they barred from having the documents was me.
Okay. Okay, so you the only one that don't got the information.
Right.
Gotcha.
Everybody else, it's called discovery. Everybody else got the packet.
Okay.
I wasn't going to address this because I'm not trying to let nobody trick me off the streets. But I never folded, never told, never will. Death before the time, always with me. So I'm doing this for my loved ones and the support of my friends and family. Come out to the Amarant Arena, February 13th.
Meanwhile, Meech and Ross are out here celebrating like they're the ones who drained his bank account. They've been clowning him heavy, saying he'll come crawling back, begging for a lifeline once he taps out. But let's not get carried away just yet. Are Meech and Ross living in some kind of fantasy world? Because last time we checked, 50 Cent was still holding down billionaire status, and real billionaires don't go broke over beef, especially not over petty drama about who snitched and who didn't. If you've been following this wild feud between 50 Cent and Big Meech, then you already know Rick Ross is knee-deep in it. Things really popped off when Big Meech linked up with Ross for a massive welcome home concert. The move was supposed to rake in serious cash for both of them, but here's the kicker. That concert got canceled at the last minute, and nobody gave a straight answer why. Immediately, people started side-eyeing 50 Cent. Word on the street was that he didn't want Meech making money with his longtime rival. And when it comes to Rick Ross, 50 doesn't play. Still, 50 tried to shut the rumors down fast, claiming he had zero involvement in the concert being scrapped. But fans weren't convinced, and Rick Ross wasn't biting his tongue either. He went straight for 50's neck, calling him a hurt hoe and telling him to stop whining and accept the fact that Meech and Ross are out here making big moves without him.
1,000 just for this Cuban. This Cuban is like 1,100 grams. It's chunky, real big. I really can't have this on for longer than 3 or 4 hours. My neck started hurting. The lock say AListTea on it. You know, say his name, his signature. They got the 3 big boogers on each side. So ain't no regular Cuban. You know, you might find a regular Cuban for 50 or for 100 maybe, but you know, it's 200 just for a kilo.
What's the pendant cost?
3 just for the pendant. This some shit like you gotta give my daddy, like when he come home, like I keep this forever. Like,
let's be real. 50 never liked the idea of Big Meech teaming up with Rick Ross in the first place. 50 made his feelings loud and clear. He threw heavy shade at Meech and straight up labeled him a rat. As far as 50's concerned, Rick Ross is still Officer Ricky, and anyone rolling with him can't be trusted.
BMF film, because you've been entertained by a lackluster, small budget series. Now it's time to do a big budget film. Which director? Shout out to my homie F. Gary Gray, Antoine Foucault, what's up? Tarantino. It's a lot of legends. This is gonna be big, I can feel it. I'm just talking.
But here's where things get messy. Like, real messy. Turns out 50 had receipts. Real ones. He claimed Big Meech snitched to get out of prison early, and then dropped a bombshell that had everyone shook. 50 wasn't just tossing around accusations, he was cooking up a full-blown expose. He started working on a tell-all documentary centered on Tammy Cowens, the woman who allegedly knows everything, especially the secrets that could wreck Big Meech's entire image. This doc was set to reveal the who, when, and how behind the claims that Meech cut a deal. And 50 wasn't holding back. For those unfamiliar, Tammy wasn't just some random associate, she was extremely close to Meech. Rumor has it their connection might have been deeper than just friendship. Meech even sold her the life rights to his story, making her the only person legally allowed to produce books, shows, or movies about his life.
got me before I even knew I could even act. I sat by him, and the next day he called me, 8 o'clock in the morning, woke me up. I'm like, damn, 50 calling me. So I answered the phone, he like, hey, what you think about going to acting classes? I want you to play your dad.
He looked like his daddy, like spitting his hair down like his daddy. The same thing, like it was like, yo, got him from Atlanta to California and was able to get him with the coaches. And I believe you.
Don't be walking around with this shit by yourself.
I'm walking around with you. I'm only walking around with you with that motherfucker on. If I ain't with you, I don't want it.
This shit come with the Draco. This shit come with the Draco. Come with the Draco. Still, this shit come with the Draco.
Yeah. What you think about it though, Far? How I feel?
This shit feel good. Wait, get the strap.
According to 50, Meech made a major mistake when he let that relationship with Tammy fall apart. Now Tammy's out here singing like a bird, and she's not sugarcoating anything. While she geared up to spill the truth, Ross and Meech were busy flaunting their cash and clowning 50 every chance they got. Rick Ross even claimed he was about to drop his own BMF movie and cash out big. Right after 50 Cent announced he was pulling the plug on the BMF series. According to 50, Big Meech and his son, Lil Meech, started getting slick behind the scenes, and he wasn't having it. Now here's the twist. Tammy, the one who owns Meech's life rights, was actually working with 50 from the beginning to bring the BMF series to life. And let's be real, the show was fire. No doubt about it. But once Meech teamed up with Rick Ross, 50 came back with full Petty King energy and shut the whole thing down out of pure spite. But here's where it gets wild. Lil Meech was playing his own dad in the series, and now he's stuck in the middle of the chaos, trying to keep the story alive while his father's beef sends everything crashing. 50 Cent was out here feeding Lil Meech for real, putting serious money in his pocket through that series. Word on the street is Lil Meech made over $5 million from the show. But here's the crazy part. He didn't save a dime, not one. He allegedly blew the entire bag on flashy cars, iced out chains, designer gear, and wild spending like the checks would never stop. Meanwhile, his dad's still behind bars with barely $1 to his name. You'd think Lil Meech would have stashed something aside to help his pops when he got out. But nah, he went full flashy mode. Even Tony Yayo stepped in, calling him out for not being smart with his money and saying he should have planned better for hard times. And when 50 started airing out Big Meech online, Lil Meech jumped straight into 50's DMs trying to calm things down and defend his father. He tried to explain himself, but the damage might already be done. Lil Meech tried to clear the air, saying the link up with Rick Ross wasn't personal. It was survival. He told 50 he needed quick money just to cover bills while waiting on the next BMF check to hit. He pleaded with him, saying, "I can't believe this, man. You act like I'm your enemy. I've only shown you love and loyalty. I'm human. I go through my own stuff, but I never turned on you." Then he added, "F Ross. He just gave my dad some bread to cover bills till our next season drops. This internet drama got me twisted, man. You know me in real life." But 50 wasn't trying to hear it. Instead, he dropped a nuclear bomb that flipped the whole beef upside down. He posted a screenshot of Lil Meech's message with a savage caption, "What next season?" Pretty much confirming that the BMF series is dead in the water. Then came the real shocker. 50 announced he's taking the BMF story to a whole new level by teaming up with Tammy Cowens to drop a no-holds-barred documentary. And let's just say, it's not gonna be pretty. He's on a mission to expose everything about Big Meech, who he's now mocking as Big Screech. That move hit hard, crushing both Meech and his son. Without those BMF checks rolling in, they're scrambling. We already saw Lil Meech burn through $5 million like it was pocket change. And let's keep it real. After doing serious time for trafficking, what kind of job is Big Meech supposed to land now? If they want to keep living that flashy lifestyle, Lil Meech is gonna have to bounce back into acting or somehow restart a rap career. But after going head to head with 50, that door might be closed for good. Then here comes Rick Ross, trying to play savior right after 50 pulled the plug on BMF. Ross fired back, claiming he'd make his own version of the BMF story. Not only that, he swore it would be way better than anything 50's G-Unit Studios could ever create. But here's where Ross hits a major wall. 50 Cent actually owns the rights to the BMF brand. Yep, sources told TMZ that Ross can't move forward unless he gets permission from 50 himself. And let's be honest, 50 Cent handing Rick Ross the green light? That's never happening. Just when it looked like the drama had peaked, things got even wilder. The second 50 made it clear he wasn't putting another dime into Big Meech's family, everything shifted. The loyalty, gone. Out the window. Suddenly, Big Meech and Lil Meech were moving real funny, linking up with all of 50's known enemies in plain sight. Not even trying to be subtle. Next thing you know, Lil Meech is popping up in clubs with Rick Ross, posing for photos, and making sure 50 sees every single one of them. No shame at all, but it gets even messier. Big Meech and Lil Meech took it a step further by linking up with none other than Floyd Mayweather. Yeah, the same Floyd who's been locked in a messy feud with 50 for years. Lil Meech even posted a picture with Floyd casually hanging out, captioned "Real Power," a bold jab at 50's hit show Power, and a clear message that the beef is personal now. And if that wasn't enough, Lil Meech dropped another photo, this time with the classic shush emoji, like something major was brewing behind the scenes. At that point, it really started to look like he had switched sides. He was still riding for his dad, but going full-blown against the man who gave him his first real shot. The wild part? Just weeks earlier, this same dude was in 50's DMs saying F Ross and pledging loyalty like a soldier. Now he's out here doing the exact opposite. But that's what happens when too many voices start whispering in your ear. One minute you're cool with someone, the next you're rolling with all their enemies. It's like Big Meech and his son completely forgot how 50 held them down when nobody else did. Even Boozy jumped in, saying he didn't like how soft Lil Meech came off in that message to 50. Boozy said if it were him, he would have made it loud and clear. Loyalty to family first, no hesitation. But of course, 50 Cent wasn't going to stay quiet forever. He finally clapped back. And this time, he let it all out. He explained exactly why seeing Big Meech and Lil Meech hanging with his enemies hit different. 50 said, "I did more for Meech than anybody in his life. That's why Boozy reacted the way he did." According to 50, every time Meech got locked up, he was the first one Meech called. "I bailed him out every time. Then I see him laughing at his pop's posts. That's when I knew he was a snake too. He belongs with them." That's what 50 said, and he didn't stop there. He laid it all out. How he was basically a father figure to Lil Meech while Big Meech was locked up. He paid for acting school, cleaned him up when he was using, and made sure he always had money in his pocket so he wouldn't fall into the street life. But according to 50, everything changed once Big Meech got out. That's when bad advice started getting in Lil Meech's head. While 50 was trying to teach him how to manage his money and stay clean, Big Meech was hyping him up to flex, spend recklessly, and live wild. "I thought about it," 50 said, "and I think Big Meech just didn't like the bond me and Meech had." 50 was telling him to chill with the drugs. Meech was telling him it was cool. 50 warned him about blowing all his money. Meech turned around and bragged about how much he spent. What people didn't know is 50 had to send him to rehab. And then 50 dropped the hammer. He said even Russell Hornsby, who played on the BMF show, noticed something was off. Lil Meech was high on set, throwing up during a weapons test. That's when Ian, another crew member, hit 50 with the final straw. That little ninja had whippets in his truck. 50 was like, "What the hell is whippets?" Turns out it's that gas stuff found in BB guns that people inhale to get high. Wild. After everything 50 did for Lil Meech to flip like that, and then publicly disrespect the man who put him on. That's straight up betrayal. But don't think this chaos is dying down anytime soon. Not even close. Rick Ross is still out here throwing shots, recently clowning 50 and saying he's too broke to even finish building his new G-Unit studio. According to Ross, 50's credit is trashed and no bank will touch him. In another video, Ross even threatened to buy 50's masters just to toss a few coins in his pocket. That's cold. And word is, 50 saw all of it and snapped. He's talking about dropping real receipts to show who's actually broke out here. 50 laughed off the idea that this whole Big Meech beef is hurting his bag. And honestly, how much pull does Meech really have these days? Sure, he was a big name back then, but it's 2025. The economy's in shambles, Diddy's behind bars, and people are just trying to survive. Ain't nobody got time to worship some ex-con trying to play street legend in the era of TikToks and receipts. 50 might have been on point when he called Big Meech a wannabe Pablo Escobar. The idea that Meech has enough influence to shake up 50's empire, that's a joke. Let's not forget, 50's gone head to head with way bigger names than Ross or Meech and came out untouched. Still, you know he's about to flip this whole circus into another viral moment because that's what he does best. So now I gotta ask, do you really think 50 Cent is going broke? Could this beef actually be messing with his money? Or is Rick Ross just projecting his own issues onto 50? Drop your thoughts in the comments and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. If you're here for the raw celebrity drama, untold beef, and behind the scenes receipts, smash that button and I'll catch you in the next one.